Hi friends, this is Jimmy aka SwedishSurvivor and Knife and Life. I'm so sorry for being absent such a long time. Family life got in the way, so to speak. But now I'm back and I'm gonna show you a new Kizer knife that I got in the mailbox a couple of days ago. It's another prototype knife and one knife that I did look forward a lot to when it was announced, so to speak. And the knife I'm talking about is this knife, the Kizer Perock. A really fat little boy this is. Almost 5 centimeters between the spine and the handle, so it's kind of thick in the pocket. A blue anodized clip. That's original, a factory original, and maybe you have seen the logotype already, but there it is. This is in a collaboration between Kizer Knives and, come on, and a really talented knife maker out of Denmark, Mikkel Willumsen. There you can see his logotype. Come on, camera. Urban Tactical Design. And on the other side, if we can get a focus on this, thank you. And on the other side, you see this massive blade. Blade made out of S35 VN blade steel. And the grinds on this knife is sick. Really sick. And this is what Mikkel is really famous for, his sick ass grinds on his custom knives. And I have to say that Kizer did a great job of grinding these blades. Here you can see the Kizer logo on top and the model number. Come on. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry for my lighting. I am moving around in my little workshop, so that's why I haven't my studio lights that I usually have when I do this video. So I'm sorry for this video. It will be a little bit of crap. I do what I can do with the light that comes in from the window, basically. I hope that you can see the knife good nevertheless. So here it is. It has this green, almost like chess pattern, or maybe, I don't know what to call this pattern basically. It's a crisscross, as you can see here. Not a crisscross, but straight lines. Looks like a little chocolate bar or something. No, I don't know. But I do like the handle as well. The handle is extremely ergonomic. At least for my hands, it fits great. 4 fingers, no problem at all gripping the knife. You have these 3 little holes on top, basically for design. They do not do much for weight reduction, I'm afraid. But they look great. I think they are really, that the holes really look good on this design, actually. I'm really allergic to holes in the blade if it doesn't have this only one huge one right here. Handle materials, as you have already figured out, it's sorry guys, someone at the door. I have to pause you. I have to find the pause button on this. Just give me a second. There you go. There you go, I'm back. Sorry ladies and gentlemen, it was my wife that came home and she had forgotten her keys. Where was I? Handle materials, titanium, and it has, they have blackened it basically. I think it's the finished coating that they are using, so you do not have the basically the standard gray titanium. This has a black finish on it, and I think it looks great. I have to say, I really like it. So if I did own this knife ain't mine. This is just a knife that I got for this video. I'm sorry to say, because I'm really in love with this. So Mikkel, if you see this video, great work on the design of this knife. I really do enjoy it. My favorite knife design from Mikkel has to be the Maddox, and that was the one that I really looked forward to reviewing, because I have really looked forward to that blade for quite some time now, and I do really hope I get the chance to get it in my hands. This one I did enjoy a lot more than I thought I would, actually. It was the holes for one. When I saw the pictures, I didn't like them at all, but they look bigger on picture, and yeah, looked bigger in the picture than the reality shows. But I can't get enough of these grinds. I do really enjoy them. I mean, it's hard grinding blades like this, and think of it like this: the custom knife makers, like Mikkel, they usually do all these grind works by hand. By hand, my god. And this is, of course, with the help of the most high-tech machines out there for knife making. Basically all the best CNC equipment, all the best laser and water jet cutout or cutting machines, and so on and so on. I do like the open pillar construction with the only one bolt that goes straight through the handle. One thing that I would like on these knives, because this is a T8 Torx, and you could put an T10 in here instead, because they are stronger. If you do Loctite your knives, if it has a T8 or less, Jesus Christ, I really hate that, because even if you use red Loctite, aka thread locker, and if you have a T6 screw, the tiny T6, and I've seen this a lot because I have pimped a lot of knives that I have stripped screws on. Not stripped a lot of screws, but I pimped quite a lot of knives in these last 6 months, and the T6 screws with the thread locker, they are pain in the motherfucking ass, basically, because what happens is basically this, that even if you use just a little bit of thread locker, especially if it's the thread locker that they are putting in from the factory, because they are almost drenched the whole screw in that red or blue gunk before they assemble the knife. When you are trying to torque on a T6 screw, even if you have a great bit like myself, I only use really high quality screw bits and screwdrivers, not the cheap ass electronic bullshit, but really good ones. And I'm careful, yes, I'm very careful when I disassemble the knives as well. Even though the force that builds up on a little head like a T6 is a lot more basically than the power that is going through the screw when it's Loctited. It's so much force that the head of the screw basically disforms itself. It breaks before the Loctite comes off, basically. Sorry that I cut my tongue there, and sorry for jumping away from the knife itself, but basically I would like to see like a T10 here, maybe, because you have a lot of mass here, and I do understand that if you're putting a larger hole here, it's gonna change the design a bit, because you will have a bigger hole gapping through to you, basically. But nevertheless, there you can see the stainless steel insert with 2 T6 screws, and it also doubles as an over travel stop. You can see the little shiny metal part there. So basically what that is, here's a better view of it. You can see here on the inside, it basically it has a little cutout on the scale here on the inside, so it basically blocks the lock bar for being overextended. The clip is tip up, tip down, only right side, I'm afraid, but I think it would have destroyed the clean look of the front scale, to be honest. It's a flipper knife, of course. Ceramic ball detents, ceramic ball bearings, sorry, and ceramic detent. These are basically things that we are used to now with Kizer, especially with their Bladesmith series. And now to the action of the knife. Of course, it's ridiculously smooth. And this heavy blade almost has a free fall into the handle without me doing anything less than just turning the knife around. Yeah, there I needed a little bit of help, but you can see here that the blade basically goes down on itself. This is the closest thing to my old Bros Blade Reloader. That was the best and smoothest knife and flipper knife I have ever handled. This, I have to say, comes pretty close, really close, extremely smooth. The centering was not 100% perfect, because I have a bit of a disease when it comes to that things, but it's damn near perfect. Nothing to complain here, actually. What else? Yeah, it's a great knife. If you like the little bit of steampunk in the industrial feel to the knife, or for knife designs, Mikkel and his designs, and especially this knife and the Maddox, are perfect knives for you. You will love it, I think. You will really love it. And this knife is beautiful. One thing with these grinds I have to say before I leave you guys. You see that this part of the grind makes for extremely thin edge here. Really thin behind the edge. So you can basically, this portion of the knife you can sharpen. Oh my god, you can make this so sharp, it's ridiculous. And up here you have a lot of thickness to it. So still you have a really sharp edge, of course, really sharp. But you have extremely thick tip and a lot of support steel behind this portion of the knife, so you can really get to work with it. Made in China sticker there that you can remove. Urban Tactical. One thing to do, two things I have to mention. This stop pin, because that's what it is. It's no thumb stud, but a stop pin. I think it was the 4th or the 5th time that I flipped it. It came loose basically. So I did use some thread locker and I screw it back together, because it receives a lot of force with this thick of a blade, flipper knife, and when it hits this titanium, of course. But it was no Loctite from the factory, probably because of the fact that this is a prototype knife. They will probably Loctite this in the production version. And I have to say, the production version of this knife will be a tad smaller. A tad smaller. They will shrink it down a bit. And I could be wrong here, but I think this is a 3.5 inch knife. And I think that they are going for a 3 inch. But do not take my word for it exactly. But I do know that this knife will be smaller when it hits market. And same with the Maddox and the Barbosa. And yeah, Mikkel has some really exciting stuff going on with Kizer coming this summer and this fall of 2016. There you go. And one more and last thing. This jimping here, this jimped area here is really destroying your finger, of course. So after like 4 or 5 times flipping it like this, I do not want to do this anymore, because it really kills the fingers. They would, I do understand why they are here, not down here, both of design and function, but my suggestion would be that you remove these 3 here, or maybe only the 2 of those. Keep those and maybe jimp it 1 more down here. Therefore your finger will not hit the jimped area, but you will still have jimping for your thumb to rest on. So you will probably not lose a lot of function, maybe 10-15%, but I think that would be acceptable to get rid of that, because the finger is really bloody killing you, or this knife is killing your finger. So, and to my good friend Mattias, on my native tongue. Tack så mycket grabben att jag fick låna denna kniv för att göra denna recension. What I said there was basically thank you Mattias for letting me borrow this knife for this review. And why did I do this in English? You know this by now. It's because I do want as many people as possible to see this video basically, and to get their share of this information for maybe purchases or whatnot. And that's why. And also when I'm pretty much the only one making a video with this knife, or at least one of the first, that's also why I do them in English, because I do have an American audience that really appreciate me doing these videos in English, so that's why I do it. It has been a long time since I did a video in English and did a video at all, so that's why this 17 minutes was basically torture for you guys. I'm sorry for that, for the bad lighting and that my tongue got caught 117th time. Well, that's all for now. The Kizer Perock. Really nice collaboration. There you go guys. Thanks a lot for taking the time watching this video in my crap English language. I do appreciate it. If you do like this video, please press the like button. I do love that. And if you would like, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And until next time, as always, take care of yourself and each other. And of course, stay sharp.